Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. Doug Ford is in the news again for several dumb things that he's said. Chief among them was that, why can't we go back to 1867, when things were best, is pretty much a broad summation of what he said. And, yeah, 1867 was really peak Canada when the nation was a fraction of its current size and super loyal to the British and the British Empire and deeply racist, and had just started the residential school system and was using like sterling silver and crap like that, and was 4 provinces. Yeah, sounds like a good fucking time. Like, why do conservatives seem to think that life was somehow better during the time of cholera, typhus, malaria, and us, instead of being proud Canadians first, being proud British subjects first? Why is this the thing that they want to go back to? If you love the Queen so much, go to Britain. They'd be happy to have you. And the weather is technically better because it's not so goddamn frozen. Now, people are rightfully deriding Premier Doug Ford over this, but what really gets me was that he and his government have decided to roll back, as part of this whole, 1867 crap. They're rolling back ranked ballots that we've had on municipal elections. Because, 2020 just didn't suck enough. We needed just a little extra dash of voter repression in Canada. Because, having a ranked ballot system, yeah, I recall all the outcry against it. It was so difficult numbering my choices for city council or for mayor. So I wish people would focus more on that. And I also wish more people would focus on the fact that his government continues to bungle the ongoing response. In terms of the initial response, Doug Ford did a halfway decent job. I and others were shocked because we were not expecting that kind of capability from him and his conservative government. So initially they did decently. Now they are really dropping the ball. And I wish more people would pay attention to the fact that they're not reducing class sizes when that's one of the biggest vectors for disease spread as it stands right now. They're still cutting pay for lots of people who still need to get paid because we haven't gotten rid of money yet. We're not communist yet. And he's also continued to be plagued by scandal and appointing his own friends and family members to positions of power in the province. And yet somehow this is all just slid by because, he did so good for 4 weeks. And so all is forgiven, Dougie boy. And he shouldn't be. He should not be forgiven for the nearly uncountable missteps that he has taken during his already feeling incredibly long time in office. He should not be celebrated for doing what should be expected of any capable leader. He should not be led anywhere near the levers of power. But he is, because we were mad at the Liberals, and instead of voting for the NDP, we decided to go for the blue team. And oh, look, the situation is still shit. I am so tired of us voting conservative because we're mad at the Liberals, and then we wonder why they've set the house on fire and dropped its value by a cool $100,000. It's like we'll never learn our lesson that swapping between the two parties doesn't help, because the conservatives are dogmatically driven. So they're just going to do the same terrible things that we blame the Liberals for, just in a different way. And then the liberals, when we vote for them, they're just going to do the same thing with the same corruption and feeling entitled because, oh, well, fine, the conservatives will have their turn, but I know I'll get my turn eventually. And this should not be the world's worst round of musical chairs. We should have a healthy democracy with multiple parties and ranked ballots and proportional representation. But we're not going to get that on a provincial or federal level so long as we continue to vote for these utter contemptible jackasses and expecting things to change. These are the people who put us into this situation. These are the people who have made life more difficult for millions of Ontarians and millions of Canadians. These people are not going to be the ones to get us out of a crisis. They are not going to be our saviors and somehow see sense at the end of the day. And while it's good to see people mocking Doug Ford for thinking that 1867 was apparently peak Canada, instead we should be hammering and tweeting up a storm about his various examples of nepotism, bribery, fraud, corruption, and appointing unqualified people like Stephen Lecce as Minister for Education in the province of Ontario. These are things that he should rightfully be attacked for and condemned for. And the fact that we aren't doing that, even though it's all right there, right for the taking, is what's bothering me today.